Break, I said Bert Goodkoop had taken a timeout. Of course, it was a technical timeout at 10 points. So China to serve, and they are only 5 away from taking this opening match in the Hong Kong pool.
They are playing just as tough as they've played all the way through the Olympics. And even earlier in May of this year, when they swept 4 straight from the Americans and declared themselves ready to play world-class volleyball, and they're out there doing it tonight under that home crowd.
And speaking of ready to play, Sun Yi went way upstairs and hammered a ball into the backcourt of the Dutch. Now China within 4.
And there's Liao on the serve line. Their serving power isn't extraordinary, but it is consistent.
That'll be Sun Yi. And without much on the ball at all, she had to take that almost flat-footed. She blows it past 2 Dutch blockers.
When Sun Yi starts going against inexperienced teams, or when she goes up to some of the smaller teams, as example the Japanese or the Koreans, she's just absolutely overwhelming. She's dominant. When she comes up against the Cubans, as we saw her play, you need to have a little bit more variety here, as we see the coach talking it up with his club. He knows where he's at with his team. You know, they didn't have a lot of money here earlier in the year. The Dutch sat back, did a rethink. They said to themselves, wait a minute, we've been in this business for a while. We've had some wins in the Olympics. We've done well. They didn't do so well this time. What did they do this time, Sean? Was it 6th or 7th overall?
They did not make the quarterfinals in the Olympics.
But they have a real competitive spirit, as the Dutch do in everything. And you can see it here. They're just young. They just need a little time. Of course, the Chinese a little bit further down the path here. They've had some investment of time and effort. And you got these great players like Lian out there serving.
As we watch Merit Leenstra take a good ball and then hammer it into the middle. Bert Goodkoop very patient with this side, isn't he?
I think he is, and I think he's done a really good job. Nobody could get too upset with it. They've got dollars behind him now. Watch the orange go.
And that will be a net violation committed by China. And I'm sure the Netherlands is looking to the Chinese team as sort of a model, isn't it? Long Ping, the coach of the China side, came in when that program was in shambles and really did an excellent job. They got the silver medal at the Olympics. The Netherlands could learn a lot.
Tell you what they got in their bag, Sean. They've got a couple things. They've got volleyballs, they've got shoes, and they've got pencil sharpeners. Every time they get off of this thing, they're taking notes. They're learning. They're trying to put the pieces together so that they can build that offensive strategy and find the right chemistry. And I think they're real close.
That ball was live coming off the net, and Sun Yi did an excellent job of finishing off a tenacious effort for China as they hammer this one down. And you can just tell it is China's day.
Lots of mistakes out there. I think it's partly tired. I'm not going to make excuses for him, but I think that plane ride must have had some impact. I've seen him play tighter than that. We haven't seen left rank number 12 come in there, but you know what? She's ranked number 1 in serving. So they've got some people out there.
Over on that right-hand side, Netherlands gets the job done. Sun Yi last touching that, so Visser, number 15, will serve.
Nice deep ball. Just a poor set return on the part of the baseline. And here again, Sean, you can see that error area. If they got any suspicions about their game, it's on that secondary position. Amazingly, so do the Americans. We talked about that yesterday. So it's not an uncommon problem.
From behind the attack line, Li Yan. Netherlands had to hustle to take that ball. The one-arm save. Can China bring this ball back in? Yes, they can. It's a free one for the Dutch. What a great block. Sun Yi on a solo effort, totally rejecting the effort from the Netherlands. That is a side out. The power of China, unbelievable.
And that was the biggest howitzer they've got on that arsenal on the other side. I believe that was left rink going for it, and she wasn't able to convert. Sun Yi, just a very, very savvy, experienced player.
She's able to keep that ball going. The quick set. Netherlands have not been able to neutralize that at all afternoon. Wu Yang Mei goes right down the middle. That brings up match point. Once again, well saved by Sun Yi, and Wu Yang Mei, appropriately enough, takes a quick set. That's what got China here, and they take it in straight sets, 7-4 and 6. they dismissed the Netherlands in 3 straight sets.
They were cruising all the way, and they were playing the kind of game that we've seen them play in the past, especially against weaker teams. And they can come at you. Woo Young Mei's coming up now. She's starting to show some real ability to pick up some of that offensive style.
So China continuing to cruise in the World Volleyball Grand Prix 1996. They take it in day 1 over the Netherlands, 3 straight sets. When we return to the Queen Elizabeth Stadium, it will be Russia against the United States. That in its entirety, as we take one more look at the Hong Kong pool, China and the Netherlands. China goes to 1-0. Netherlands drop to 0-1. They get 1 point for the loss. That brings up the next match, the USA against Russia. This a redo of their battle in Osaka. The US took that one. We'll see what transpires when we return to ESPN.